Welcome to Untitled Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Taurus for Libra, the time of Libra. So it's the 22nd of September today. So we're just crossing from Virgo into Libra. We're on the cusp. So let's see what's happening in the time. Air, remember it's air this month, Taurus, so keep grounded. Don't get swept away by the wind. Because as we know, the wind can be very unpredictable. So the energy around is Ace of Coins. Stay grounded, as I said. Now that's the second one I've done today that's had that as an energy. So it's going to be an interesting time too the next 4 weeks, because just planetary wise, world wise, what's going on in the world, how the universe and the planets are affecting us. So the grounded theme seems to be a theme already for the next 4 weeks. But it's also starting new projects, not having to worry so much about money, getting sort of things off the ground, new beginnings, but overall it's grounded. Right, let's see where you are right now, Taurus. Eight of Coins, doing very well in career. Maybe about to start planning those new career moves that you want. Thinking about already, because we're on the last quarter of the year, thinking about what's going to be next year. Planning for next year, all that sort of thing that the sensible Taurus do. Always planning and always, you know, seeming to be in the right place at the right time. But yeah, lots of new things coming in, but looking ahead to see starting new projects or new ideas for next year. And I know the public health issue that we've been living under for nigh on 6 months now is sort of, it's changed a lot of people's day-to-day routines. But it's also given people space to start thinking about new ways of doing things or bringing new things in. So there's a lot more time to sort of plot and plan rather than running around like we were before, like mad people. What has brought this on? Five of Coins. Just feeling a bit left out in the cold, and that makes sense as well at the moment, Taurus, because a lot of us, you know, in the world, and this is a global channel, you know, we can't go and see our people. We can't go, you know, for us in Australia, we can't visit people. We can't go, for example, to the UK. I have family there. I can't go. I can't see them. I can't just go or plan to go. So you feel a bit left out, and that's the Five of Coins. But it's also, the fives also mean change and going with the change rather than resisting it. So it's like just go with the flow, you know, and out of the flow new things come out. Once you start to sort of go with what is rather than resist, you can see new opportunities. But yeah, feeling that left out, far away from family, not being able to just jump on a plane and go and see them for the weekend or a couple of days. You know what I mean, Taurus. And I'm thinking of one particular person at the moment. She knows who I'm talking about. She's a Taurus, of course, and I know where she is at, and she's in a place where, yeah, she can't sort of just see her family that easily, but change is coming. Hello, Ronnie. Okay, so the background of this is the Knight of Swords, so the disruption, and this can be like this whole story globally of this year. Suddenly it came in and everything just changed almost overnight. It came in on the wind, didn't it? And it just really made everything just flew up into the air with the Knight of Swords. It's expect the unexpected, and definitely we were all caught a bit unawares, but here we are. It's kind of grounded us in a way too, remember. Recent influences, Taurus. The Three of Swords, and that's that grief card, that sadness card, that family, three people, you know, if you're, you know, these special people that you're missing, they're missing you. But we live in a time of Zoom and all those other fabulous technologies, but it brings about that yearning of being able to just see them face to face, isn't it? So we have been going through this grief in a sense that, you know, it's not so easy to just see them at the moment. But grief is also, we have to acknowledge it as well. We have to go with that and just go, yeah, but we have other options. So, but yeah, if you're feeling like that, just swallow it and feel it, deal with it, and then it sort of dissipates, doesn't it? Tomorrow is another day, all that sort of vibe. Okay, Taurus, let us see the lesson for the time of Libra. So the next 4 weeks, basically. The Three of Cups. So there's celebration, once again, there's three here. So lots of, really, the Three of Cups is about sort of celebrations, getting together, important events being announced that we all just go, right, let's run down and grab a few bottles of champagne and cheers to that. Yeah, we can't see each other in person, but we can Zoom and have our drinks and cheers. And so this is all about thinking about those happy events that come along. And I feel like for a few, not all Tauruses, of course, but there will be that opportunity coming in to sort of look towards the future and see that there's still all those great lifestyle events like birth, you know, announcements of pregnancies and marriages or whatever else that really makes our hearts sing. So just remember that that's the overall lesson. Yes, we're sad, but at least still we can see each other even though it's in a virtual reality sort of situation. So let's see, near future. Yeah, slow moving energy coming through. Yeah, things will take time, especially for you, Taurus. But Taurus are very interesting like that because they will give everything the time it needs. They're methodical plodders, I call them. They plod through, they get through. They don't sort of zip here and zip there. They're very committed, very loyal to their plans and to their people. So yeah, it's a slower moving energy, but it's a very loyal, committed energy. So whatever projects you've got happening, try and put your feelings aside of your emotional connections and just get on with whatever you want for next year, because that's important. And it's that slow moving energy that gets us to where we need to go. It may seem a while off, but it still gets us there, doesn't it? Taurus, you know that perfectly well. It's how you live. Okay, so let's see what's happening that you're not realising. The world. The end of a cycle is near. So this is really encouraging too, and I think because we've all been under this sort of slow moving energy this year, really everything has slowed down a lot, but there has been the positives to the slowing down as well. So this is sort of saying, well, there always will be an end of the cycle, but by the time the cycle comes to an end, we look back and realise everything is just as it should be. And with endings, of course, then we have new beginnings. So this is a very promising card. And I know a lot of us at the moment feel like, is this ever going to end? Of course it will. So that's sitting down there and what you're not realising. Very interesting. It's a Capricorn card too. Another Earth card. How others see you, Taurus. If it looks too good to be true, it probably is. And this is just, you know, probably you knowing Taurus, that you're very sensible, very intuitive and just going, yes, look, it will be, we will catch up, we will, but other, you know, maybe your children or the younger ones in the family are just thinking, oh, mum, you know, or dad, it's never going to happen. But this is how they're seeing you and thinking, oh, if only, you know, it's that emotional wish card, but sometimes it does seem too good to be true. So just keep being yourself and just go, yeah, well, because this, I'm getting this is your family members, those of you that are not near them at the moment. And they're going, oh, Mum, it's all good to be positive, or Dad, but really I don't see this ever. Because the younger people will be so affected because they, you know, it's just different for them. Older people have been here longer, expect it, they just learn to go with the flow. Positive feelings, Taurus, the Magician. Lots of potentials coming up, and you know they are, so that's what's to focus on for the next 3 months of this year. Is to focus on those things from Spirit Messenger, the Magician. Keep your options alive, keep your potentials alive. Yes, there's always going to be trickery along the path, but you know, take the high road. Just focus on what you want to achieve. Do that in this time too. See, look, you know, look towards the future for how you want things to be for next year, within the environmental parameters, of course. But the Magician has got a lot of potential. Okay, let's see the final outcome. Page of Swords. So everything a bit up in the air. Just, yeah, this might be a bit of strange kind of... I'm thinking too, this is for you, Taurus, to have this card. It's a bit like, I'm thinking it's about your plans for the future. Just keep them sort of to yourself, because I feel like there's some energy in it. It probably comes from the workplace where people are on a heightened sense of fear at the moment, so they kind of attach onto anything. And I feel like you're such a stable person, I wouldn't be telling people at work of your new plans or things like that. It's not the time, because these people will feel that, and you know, their fear will, I don't know, I just feel like keep things to yourself a bit. I'll put another card on that, because that's a lot of gossip actually too, the Page of Swords, but it's usually relegated to workplaces where people, you know, people like things to be the same. And I'm just feeling like there's new horizons for you guys, but you're very much a stable influence where you work, so just keep things to yourself, lest there, if it slips out, it'll go around like wildfire. You get what I mean? I hope so. Okay. We'll put the clarifier on the Seven of Cups, how others see you, and we'll put it on the Page of Swords. The others are self-explanatory, and you just have to sort of, you know, problem solution kind of thing. Okay, so underneath this, how others see you, Seven of Cups, seems too good to be true, it probably is. The Hermit. Very grounded, very wise. The person that they go to for their support and advice, this is who you are. But keep in mind too, Taurus, that those around you aren't in such a fortunate position. So they'll be going, oh, why is she so positive, or he's so positive, this is terrible, it's never going to end. And you're going, yes it will, because you are underneath that facade there of, you know, you're the positive one. It seems too good to be true. You're very strong, very independent, and very wise. So just let that be. And they'll be kind of going, oh, why is she, you know, what's this? This is never going to be. But you have that wisdom behind you, so just remember that. Everyone might disagree with you, Taurus, but stick to your guns. Okay, so underneath this Page of Swords, which I said was about the work situation and gossip, and especially people feeding off other people, you know, if you've got plans, or they're just kind of going, oh, this is happening, and they start the gossip mill going. You have the Seven of Wands. So there definitely is something very competitive coming up. It's work, it's defending yourself, but just standing up for yourself. It's keeping your own sort of creativity and ideas of what you want. And it can sometimes, not for talk, you can sort of think, oh, should I really do this? Will I be good enough for it? Will I get that job? Will I, you know, yes, you will. And you know you will. But I think the key things for this month is being grounded and keeping things to yourself. And so then that way, the less known, the better, you know, if you know what I mean. So you're in the running for whatever it is, but I think the key thing is keep it to yourself until you're ready to announce whatever it is that you're planning. Okay, let's have a look, Taurus. Goodness, I'm talking so much. I've gone over my time limit. Hope you're still there. Probably switched it off. Okay, the lesson from the Buddha reading cards is unconditional love. To love means to cherish, to be compassionate, to be of service, to be tolerant, and to be wise. Love is the true essence that sustains our lives. The more you give your love unconditionally, the more your heart is able to connect with this pure, nurturing, universal force. So that goes back to these cards here in this section about, yeah, we can't sort of be with each other face to face, but that unconditional love is always there. And we just have to work through it, Taurus. Thank you so much for listening and have a great 4 weeks.